I'd like to welcome everybody to the January meeting of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission. Happy New Year. It's our first meeting of 2015. I'm sure it's going to be a great year, and we're going to kick it off with a prayer and pledge, and Dr. Bonner has agreed to lead us. Gloria?
May we bow. Dear Father in heaven, we are grateful to you for a new year, 2015, the year of grace and divine favor. Father, thank you for the members of our armed force services and their families as they sacrifice for the great freedoms and privileges we enjoy as Americans. We ask a special blessing for the leadership and staff of the Murfreesboro Parks and Rec, as well as our city leaders, and ask that you continue to guide, guard, and protect them as they make their service to our community a priority. These and other blessings we ask in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
May we stand for the pledge? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Gloria. Before we get into the business end of the meeting today, we've got some hardware that Lanny's going to hand out from the annual awards. And Lanny, I'll turn it over and let you take it from there.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We are honored today to have Mayor McFadden with us. That's going to lead our award ceremony. I'm going to come up and help assist him, but at the TRPA annual conference in November, we were fortunate to pick up 20 awards for the department, and we're recognizing several volunteer service awards for people that have done outstanding work in our community and makes the things that we do possible and works with all the different groups. So you'll see those folks recognized, but Mayor McFarland, if you'd like to move to the podium, we can start.
My pleasure to be here today. Notice that Mr. Smotherman has his UT orange on, and Dr. Bonner has her MTSU blue on, and I know that there's been a lot of hardware given out on all different bowl games, so Commissioner Jernigan, I don't see you wearing any Auburn colors right now.
No, it's a tough year. Yeah. And I was at the Vandy basketball game with Bart last night. It was tough then, too.
That's right. Well, let me first by saying, before we get into the program, that there's not an award for a Parks and Recreation Commission, but I know how much time that you put in, how many comments that you get from the public on making our Parks and Recreation system even better than it is. And from the mayor and the council, we appreciate what you do. It's a very high-paying job that I know that each of you guys have up here for $0. But we appreciate the time that you put in, and I will take this Parks and Recreation Commission against anyone in the state, and these awards show why that we're so successful. So, in November, the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department staff and volunteers received a total of 20 awards at the 2014 Tennessee Recreation and Parks Association Conference held in Nashville, Tennessee. TRPA is a nonprofit professional society of approximately 1,200 individual and agency members organized in 1952 as the leader in supporting highly effective professionals to achieve healthy and livable communities. TRPA exists to strengthen and unite those committed to the benefits of parks and recreation. So it's my pleasure to read off and help present these awards in keeping with the tradition in Murfreesboro that we have a beautiful city inside a great Parks and Recreation department. The Volunteer Service Award. This award recognizes an individual or individuals or organizations that have made a significant contribution to the field of parks, recreation, and leisure services by performing volunteer services. This year, we are proud to honor 9 recipients from the city of Murfreesboro. The first is Jen Froscher for her commitment to as a falconer and environmental educator at the Barfield Wilderness Station. Next, we have Mr. Eric Boussard for his commitment to the youth volleyball program. Congratulations, Eric. Fred Marshall for his commitment to softball through Kiwanis Girls Softball.
Got another orange in the house. Looking good.
Leanna Wright for her commitment to the youth soccer program. Great job. Laney, I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly. Micah, okay. Micah Myers for her commitment to the youth volleyball program.
She said Mickey.
Mickey, okay. Great job. Paul Mosley for his commitment to the lacrosse program. I need a step stool. That's right. Rodney George for his commitment to baseball through the Murfreesboro Little League. Tim Page for his commitment to baseball through the Murfreesboro Baseball Association.
Barfield Park at Baseball Players Association National Convention was given the Most Outstanding Park Award, and I'd like to present that to you today for that.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan. Brennan Reynolds for his commitment to the Wilderness Station through the reptile programs. All right.
Is that?
You're not going to give me him, are you?
I'd like to present you this anytime you need service.
Thank you. Congratulations. Folks, I think you all agree. You see the people who are coming up, and I know from someone who has young kids going through soccer and seeing Leanna and Tim Page and Mr. George and taking place in all of these, we have a phenomenal group that as a city we could not accomplish what we accomplish without our partnerships that we have with our different organizations. So thank you for what you do, and I know all of you are gearing up for a busy 2015, so congratulations. The Hershey's Award is given to an agency that provides program excellence. Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation is this year's recipient, and Thomas Laird is accepting. Great job. Great job, Thomas. The Lifetime Member Award. The Lifetime Member Award honors and recognizes individuals who have retired during their tenure, made numerous significant long-term contributions with the Parks and Recreation profession. This year, the department submitted for consideration Ms. Terry Womack, former Cultural Arts Program Coordinator for Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation, and she was awarded the lifetime status.
Hey.
I'll take that.
Thank you. Special Events Arts and Marketing Award. The main focus of this award is to recognize innovation and creativity in special events, arts, and marketing, and to inspire others to develop similar programs in their own area. This year, the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department was awarded this for the best arts programming recognizing Wild Arts Day at the Wilderness Station. Rachel Singer and Pam Williams. Great job. Congratulations. In the same category for special events, arts and marketing, Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department was awarded for the best marketing campaign, recognizing Jim Davis. You know, with Jim, we were at the Polar Bear Plunge on Saturday, and there was a picture from 2 or 3 years ago that Jim took of my kids. And so Jim has literally seen a lot of our kids grow up through the eyes of your camera, through the lens of your camera. So we appreciate what you've done. The Award for Excellence. This award is presented to an individual, agency, or organization that has demonstrated outstanding achievement in the field of resource management. For her efforts within Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department, the award was given to Marta Morgan.
Wow, nice.
The Robert H. Horsley Award. Robert H. Horsley Award is given annually by the Municipal County Section to recognize community center personnel who have planned, conducted, or is responsible for the most outstanding recreation program during the year. This year's award recipient is Bart Fight, Superintendent of the Sports Com. Congratulations, Bart. The Wayne Hansard Award recognizes a person who has demonstrated excellence in the maintenance of parks, facilities, and/or grounds in a cost-effective and efficient manner for the safety of the citizens, users, or users groups. This year's recipient goes to Joe Maloney, crew leader. Hope you got a snowball. All right. The 4-Star Awards Program. The Aquatics Program Award is awarded to the best aquatics program for youth, families, or seniors. Becky Johnson for the Flick and Float program at Burrow Beach Sportscom Outdoor Pool is this year's recipient. The 4-Star Award for a Renovated Facility. The 4-Star Award for a renovated facility is awarded to a parks and recreation facility that has been renovated within the last 12 months. It may be a building, a sports complex, a trail, playground, splash pad, or other recreational facility. It may be indoors or outdoors, or a combination of both. The renovation at McFadden Community Center is this year's recipient. Gary Arbett will accept. Yeah, that's right. Gary said he liked the reptile better. The 4-Star Award for Individual Service is one of the highest awards given in the field of Parks and Recreation for excellence. The 4-Star Award for Individual Services recognizes a person's participation on a board, commission, committee, or council that influences, benefits, or strengthens recreation and community. Receiving in the award for his role on the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission, and not just the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission, I would add to his contribution throughout this entire city, it goes to Mr. Bill Allen. Congratulations. And last but certainly not least, the President's Cup. Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department received recognition as the department in the population category of 100,000 and over that most overall reflects the professional standards set by the Tennessee Recreation and Parks Association for contributions made to both the state and to the National Association for Recreation Parks. Lanny Goodwin is the recipient.
Wow.
Thank you. Congratulations to all your hard work and your continued work. We appreciate what you do, not just for the city, but for the residents and all of our kids who enjoy our parks and recreation facilities. So congratulations.
Shane, thanks for being here today and doing that. It's always one of our favorite things to do, and we're very proud. We all should be proud of our city, and I say it every year. I'll just add on to some of the things Shane said. We know we have the best facilities, but facilities mean nothing because without the staff, the department that we have, but of equal and sometimes most important, the volunteers. And we have the very best volunteers. And many of us that sit up here have served as volunteers on many of the different programs and organizations that make all of this stuff possible. And sometimes it's a thankless job, and we want you to know you're appreciated. And the programming that our citizens enjoy, that we all enjoy, our children enjoy, it absolutely would not be possible without you. So thank you. All right, we'll move to business. First item is a consideration for the approval of the minutes from our last meeting, which was November. That was contained in the packet that you received earlier this week.
Yes.
We'll entertain any changes or corrections that need to be made to the minutes. In the absence of that, we'll entertain a motion for acceptance.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Mitzi, thank you. Good work as always. Move now to new business. The first item is a consideration for the rental rates at the newly renovated and awarded McFadden Community Center. Gary, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you for having me. Obviously, with the completion of the renovations of McFadden Community Center, we're starting to experience a lot of positive changes. And one of those positive changes, everyone wants to rent rooms in the facility. What we have realized that the rental requests are becoming more non-traditional. They're wanting after hours, weekends, usually times that we're not staffing the building. So what we'd like to do is we would like to keep our rental rates during regular operating hours the same. We think that works. We would like to raise the outside of operating hours rental rates $10 to $25 per hour for our meeting rooms. The second thing we would like to talk about is the kitchen rental. Patterson Community Center currently charges $30 for their kitchen rental, and we wanted to, at this time, go ahead and change that so we would be in line with their rental rates. The third item we would like to talk about is the cleanup and extended time deposit. It is currently $30. What we'd like to do is raise that to $40. And kind of the thinking behind that is a lot of times people will get over to the facility and they'll decide they need additional time. This way, if they've rented the gym, they have already actually paid for an additional hour if they want to stay. Otherwise, we do refund that. That is a refundable deposit as long as they leave the facility in good working order like they found it. Today, I would like to recommend these rental fees be raised.
Okay.
I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thanks, Gary. Anybody have any questions of Gary regarding the proposed rates? If there are no questions, we need a motion for approval as presented.
Move approval.
Thanks, Laura. Is there a second?
Second.
Tim, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Gary,
Thank you.
Great work. Jennifer Joins is with us today. She's going to tell us about a historic selfie scavenger hunt. Welcome.
Good, thank you. Good morning. I'm here today with Dr. Chris McCusker. We're collaborating on this new program that I'd like to present. Let's see. I guess the genesis of the program was an idea to take history, the history of Murfreesboro, and put it together with wellness movement, basically. And we talked about this, and we came up with an idea of a scavenger hunt. We chose 5 different areas in the Murfreesboro city. We chose Stones River Battlefield, and we've spoken to all these people, and they've agreed to do this with us. Oakland's Manor. We went to Barfield Crescent. We also went to MTSU and to the Bradley Academy, or Patterson Park is tied in with that one. I guess, what else did I'll go through what we have given you as far as the lineup of the program itself. We'd like to charge $25 a fee to give all this information to a participant. For that $25, we would provide starting locations and actual GPS coordinates, because they go from a starting location to this selfie spot. They have to find that spot through GPS coordinates, which are provided either by a cell phone. If they don't have a cell phone, they can also use a GPS little gadget, if you will. There'll be a website that they could go to if they don't have those kind of things, so they can also get the coordinates too. They kind of not wander around, but look for the selfie spot, take a selfie, and then they'll take those selfies and email them to us. There should be 5 different pictures. We'll look at those pictures and then put them on our Facebook page if they're acceptable. Once they do that, they'll get a password, they'll bring it back, and we'll end up giving them an armband that you put your cell phone in. So it kind of all hooks up together. We also have a summary. We had an intern go with us to the different sites that we chose, and he wrote approximately a 2-page summary of that historic site. So they'll get information on the site, and they'll also get exercise. Did I get it all?
Yeah, this is in partnership with the MTSU's Department of History, and the intern was a history major who foresees himself going off into public history. MTSU's history department is very much focused on public history. We are a nationally ranked program in our PhD, and so that it comes in line with the goals of our department and of the university community. And the university, of course, is always looking for ways to partner with the city to find new ways to build that relationship. And so from the university standpoint, this was a really wonderful opportunity for us. For me as a professor of history, to work with Jen, who makes me run a lot, and to sort of marry those goals of movement and intellectual and cognitive development, but over the course of a lifetime, not just when you're in college, not just when you go to sports comm every once in a while, over a course of lifelong learning.
That's great. Any questions for Jennifer or Chris about the program?
I think it's a very clever idea. I think it's a great idea. I'm kind of wondering about the price. I think you might price yourself out of the market there. They're paying $25 for coordinates?
Coordinates and an armband. Have you ever had a cell phone armband? Those
No,
are
never
about
have.
$15.
It's a running thing.
Okay.
It's a running thing.
It's a way to hold your cell phone, not get it all sweaty.
All right, I
Yeah,
get it.
it's for-
$15 for the armband.
Yeah.
That helps me understand. Thank
But
you.
it's also modeled on the coffee marathon, too. And so Jen has really built very nicely on the sort of price structure she developed for that. So it's not just the armband, it's also the marketing and, access to the work that my student did as well, too. So it's in line with what she did with the coffee marathon.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments? If there are none, we need a motion for approval of the program as presented.
I commend you for the partnership with MTSU and Murfreesboro Parks and Rec. And I would like to offer my support as well
Thank you, Dr. Long.
through the Office of University Community Relations. But I move approval.
All right, Gloria, thanks. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ladies, thank you very much for your work on this exciting program. As always, last but certainly not least, another award winner coming up. Becky Johnson is going to give us the lowdown on all of our upcoming events.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We have a handful of things to go through before we leave today, and one of them is we had our buy one, get one special in December, but we are not over. We have 25% off all individual, yearly, and monthly passes through the month of January. So it's going on now until 5 p.m. on January 31st. So we urge people, especially after some people might have made their New Year's resolution to get fit, to come take advantage of this 25% off sale. Then we have a new program at the Wilderness Station, which is called the Earth Lab, and that is set up for ages 4 to 9, and it runs on Tuesdays from 9 to 5 and Wednesday through Friday from 12 to 5. And you just stop in during this time frame and check out the program that they have offered. And in January, it's Geology Rocks, so you can just stop in and learn all about rocks. Or in February, it's Birds of Prey, and that is at the Wilderness Station, and it's free. So just stop in during that time. And if you have any questions, you can call the Wilderness Station at 217-3017. Then we, of course, have the Coffee Marathon. Sign-ups are going on right now. It is $25. Sign-ups are at SportsCom, and the program runs until April 25th, and you get to go to 6 different locations throughout the city, and you walk a certain route, and then you get a stamp on your passport when you check in at the coffee shop, and at the end, when you've completed it, you get a coffee mug. So that is going on now to register for the Coffee Marathon. Then this Saturday, January 10th, we have Music in the Wild. Doors open at 5:30. Music begins at 6:30 at the Wilderness Station. This is free, and the band is Runaway Home. So we encourage people to come on out, especially since it's going to be a little chilly this weekend. They'll have bird coffee. It'll be nice and warm inside the Wilderness Station on Saturday. Saturday, January 24th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we have the Winter Wagon Hayride, weather permitting. Hopefully it will be a little bit warmer than it is today. But they'll have s'mores and an outdoor fire to roast marshmallows and a hayride as well. So that is Saturday, January 24th from 11 to 2 at Cannonsburg Village. And it's hard to believe this is around the corner. Groundhog Day is going to be here very shortly. So we have a Groundhog Day celebration Saturday, January 31st. It starts at 2 p.m. at the Wilderness Station, and it's free, and you can just come on out and celebrate Groundhog's Day, because I'm sure they're going to tell us that spring will be around the corner. And for more information on any of the programs I mentioned or all of our ongoing events, you can contact the main office at 890-5333. Check out our website at murfreesborotn.gov/parks. or our Rec Connection, or any one of our Facebook pages.
All right, Becky, thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Becky regarding these or any other events? Thanks, Becky.
Thank you.
That completes our agenda. Is there any other business to come before the commission? Being none?
Maybe being we're here for Parks and Recreation, Lanny can give us an update as to how the tennis facility is coming along.
Sure, I'd be glad to, Mr. Smudman. The tennis facility is running about a month behind, mainly because of the weather. I know that we met on site Monday, and we were looking at, the next critical thing in the path is the paving of the courts. We did a proof roll. Of course, as soon as we get the pad dried out, it seems to rain again, and then they re-dry it and it rains again. So we did a proof roll. It looked pretty good. They're going to try to remove some of the water off of it, and we're going to meet again Friday to take a look at it. Specs call for a minimum of 40 degrees to put down the base paving, and then at least 60, and I'm not sure we'll ever get a 60-degree day in January or February, but they're saying that because of the heat of the base, they may be able to hit a 45 or 50-degree day to put the topping coat on. They're hoping they can possibly do that next week. Now, looking at weather, it's supposed to be pretty through Saturday, and then I think Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday they're predicting rain again. So that's kind of the pattern that we've been in. So that portion of the courts has been delayed. And once the pavement is put down, it's about a 45-day process before the surface can be finished with the color court. So you have to think, what predicates using the court will be getting the asphalt down, then the curing of the asphalt and getting that down. So just keep that 45 days in mind, because once we pave, we're about 45 days out. The work continues on the building. If you go out and look, all the framing is up for, remember I told you it was built in 3 sections. All the framing is up for Section A, for Section B. They formed Section C. The mezzanine has been poured. The concrete has been poured in the middle. They've got all of the curbing and everything for the parking lot out front. They're prepping it for pavers. Pavers should be coming down probably into this week, first of next week. So they're continuing the work on the building. It just makes it more difficult as they close the building in to get the paving machines in and get that done, that work done. But we're pushing ahead with the project. Like I said, we're probably about a month behind just because of the weather factors where we're at. But the contractor, the architectural engineering firm, and I know the city engineering folks are working feverishly to try to get all of that resolved. So hopefully we're still somewhere around the April opening.
Well, I was out there snooping around the other day and looking at the facility, and it's amazing. It's going to be beautiful. And,
it is going to be very nice when it's finished.
We're looking forward to it, and I'm sure it can't be done soon enough for us who want to get out there and see some people playing tennis on it. But, sometimes patience is a virtue, and we'll patiently wait for it to get completed, and it's going to be fantastic when it's done.
And one of the things I want to mention, I know that Parks and Rec has got a lot of projects going on with SportsCom, the tennis courts, and the greenways, and all the other things that we're doing. So what we've done on our website, if you go to the city's website, there is a projects page. You go to the Parks and Recreation Department. Up in the left-hand corner, it says MPRD projects. You can click on that. We update that every week. Generally on Mondays, we'll update the progress on those. We'll put the latest pictures Mr. Jim Davis is out taking pictures, and we try to put the latest pictures on there. We try to put the latest information of where that project is. So anytime you have a question, feel free to go to that web page, or if you have folks in the public that is asking about projects, drive them to the web page so they can see those. So I think that's a good source of information for us.
Good update.
Okay.
Thanks, Eddie. Anybody else have anything they'd like an update on? All right. If there's no other business, we stand adjourned. Thank you.